The fire took 12 minutes to destroy the cabin. 12 short minutes. But when the flames were gone, they found something that made every man in the brigade stop and stare. A burnt armchair. And sitting inside it, what was left of an old man, completely untouched by fire. He was smiling. Beside him, a photograph. Charred edges. 2 men. One young, dressed in a fire brigade uniform. One old, leaning on a cane. And scribbled on the back in shaking handwriting. He saved me. Now I saved him. We are even. The fire brigade truck driver dropped the photo. That's not possible, he whispered. He died 5 years ago. Chapter 1, The Beginning. It started like most small-town friendships, slow and strange. Hank was the fire truck driver in a town. Too small for real emergencies and too big for total boredom. He was 35, tall, quiet, and drove Engine 7 with more love than he had for most people. Old Mr. Whitaker lived on the edge of town in a dusty red cabin that looked more like a haunted shack than a home. Folks called him Crazy Wit. Said he talked to his rocking chair and buried clocks in his yard to keep time still. But Hank liked the old man. Their first real talk happened on a snowy Tuesday. The truck had a flat tire. Hank pulled over right in front of Whitaker's gate. The old man shuffled out with a wrench and said, "You boys don't know how to fix nothing without a screen anymore." Hank chuckled. "Guess not." Whitaker knelt with his knees cracking like twigs. Fixed the flat, then stood and said, "You owe me a favor now, son." Hank thought he was joking. He wasn't. Chapter 2, The Favors. Every month or so, Whitaker would wave Hank down. "Can you fix this gutter? My generator won't start. The radio only plays jazz and I hate jazz." Hank always helped. There was something about the old man, his gruff voice. The strange things he said. The way he always gave Hank a peanut butter cookie afterward. They were good friends, even if no one believed it. One day, Whitaker said, "You drive that fire truck like it's a Cadillac. Ever driven anything else?" "Nope," Hank said. "Always trucks." "Ever save a man from a burning house?" Hank paused. "No. Fires don't come around here much." Whitaker nodded slowly. "They will." Chapter 3, The Warning. 2 years passed. Whitaker got slower. His legs shook when he stood. His memory skipped days. But his eyes stayed sharp. One summer night, Hank dropped by to deliver groceries. The old man was sitting outside, rocking slow. "It's coming," he said. "What's coming?" "The fire. The big one." Hank laughed. "No lightning in weeks." "Doesn't matter. Fire's not always from the sky." That same night, Hank found a small tin box in his truck. Inside was the photograph. Him. Whitaker. Smiling in front of the cabin. He didn't remember it being taken. Chapter 4, The Flames. It started at 3:41 a.m. The call came through on the radio, "Structure fire. Edge of town." Hank was driving within seconds. As the truck turned the final corner, flames leapt into the sky. The whole cabin was ablaze. A red monster roaring against the stars. Hank slammed the brakes and ran with the hose. The crew followed, but he was already shouting, "Whitaker!" No answer. The door was too hot to touch. Hank wrapped his hands in his shirt and kicked it in. Inside, the smoke was alive. Choking. Twisting. But Hank pushed through. He found the old man sitting in the armchair, eyes closed. "Get up!" Hank shouted. Whitaker opened one eye. Smiled. "Told you it was coming." Hank grabbed his arm. It was cold. He wasn't breathing. Chapter 5, The Miracle. The cabin collapsed minutes later. They pulled Hank out just before the roof fell. He held Whitaker's body in his arms, refusing to let go. But something was wrong. The old man, not a single burn. The chair around him was scorched. The floor beneath him blackened. But Whitaker was untouched. And he was smiling. When the chief found the photo, he turned it over. He saved me. Now I saved him. We are even. Hank whispered, how? Nobody had an answer. Chapter 6, The History. Back at the station, Hank pulled out the tin box. The photo was still there. But now, there was a second picture underneath. An old newspaper clipping. Local hero saves boy from fire, 1985. A young Whitaker. Holding a 6-year-old boy. The boy was Hank. He didn't remember it. But it was there. Proof. Chapter 7, The Gift. Weeks passed. They rebuilt the cabin. Hank did most of the work himself. He kept the armchair. Set it in the fire station. Every now and then, someone swore they saw it rocking. Hank never told anyone, but sometimes, when the station was quiet, he'd sit in that chair and talk to the old man. Tell him about the weather, the town, the calls. One day, he found another note inside the cushion. You owed me. You paid it. Now go save someone else. Chapter 8, The Legacy. The town never forgot Whitaker. They called the rebuilt road Whitaker Lane. Hank started a program teaching kids about fire safety. He named it the Ember Club. And every time he drove Engine 7, he touched the photo tape to the dashboard. He didn't understand how Whitaker had saved him. He didn't understand how Whitaker had survived the fire only to be untouched. But he knew this. Real friends show up when the fire comes. Even if they are not supposed to be here anymore.